Hello, this is Cinema 4D Quick Tips, and today we will show you how to transfer movements, rotation and scale from one object, in our example it is a cube, to another object, in our example it is a pyramid, using XPresso. Create a cube and change its position randomly along the X, Y and Z axis by dragging it in the viewport in the appropriate directions. Then create a pyramid and also change its position randomly along all coordinate axes. Select the cube in the Object Manager, go to the Coordinates tab, open the Freeze Transform section and press the Freeze All button to set the coordinates in the Transform section to default, positions and rotations to 0 and scale to 1, and transfer the values that were originally in the Transform section to the Freeze Transform section. Then do the same with the pyramid. Now the coordinates for each of the two objects in the Transform section are set to default and match, but at the same time the individual position of each of the objects is specified in the Freeze Transform section. This will allow us to preserve the original position of the pyramid after transferring the cube coordinates to the pyramid. Let's make the coordinates from the Transform section, such as position, rotation and scale, transfer from the cube to the pyramid. To do this, right-click on any of the objects in the Object Manager, let it be the cube, go to the Programming text and click on the XPresso. The XPresso editor window has opened. Select the cube and pyramid in the Object Manager and drag and drop them into the XPresso editor. Drag the node of the object from which the coordinates will be transmitted. In our case this is a cube. To the left and drag the object to which the coordinates will be transmitted. In our case it is the pyramid. To the right. Then expand the nodes horizontally and vertically. To set up the position transfer, click on the Outputs menu, red square of the cube node. Select Coordinates, Transform, Position and click on Position. Then click on the Inputs menu, blue square of the pyramid node. Select Coordinates, Transform, Position and click on Position. After that, connect the Position output port of the cube node to the Position input port of the pyramid node. To set up the rotation transfer, click on the Outputs menu, red square of the cube node, select Coordinates, Transform, Rotation and click on Rotation. Then click on the Inputs menu, blue square of the pyramid node, select Coordinates, Transform, Rotation and click on Rotation. After that, connect the rotation output port of the cube node to the rotation input port of the pyramid node. To set up the scale transfer, click on the Outputs menu, red square of the cube, select Coordinates, Transform, Scale and click on Scale. Then click on the Inputs menu, blue square of the pyramid node, select Coordinates, Transform, Scale and click on Scale. After that, connect the Scale output port of the cube node to the Scale input port of the pyramid node. Now close the XPresso editor, select the cube in the Object Manager and drag it along the X, Y and Z axis in the viewport. As you can see, the pyramid follows the movement of the cube. Switch to the Rotate tool by pressing the Rotate tool logo and rotate the cube around all coordinate axes in the Object Manager. The pyramid follows the rotations of the cube. Select the cube in the Object Manager, go to the Coordinates tab and change the scale along all coordinate axes as X, as Y and as Z. The changes in the scale of the pyramid repeat the changes in the scale of the cube. Thank you for your attention, subscribe to the channel and put your finger up.